everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. I am so sorry I've been so absent recently. However, today is a very popular requested video, so I'm going to be treating you to this. We are going to cut our own fringes at home, and I'm going to teach you a step-by-step, really easy way, not only how to cut, but also to style your own fringe. So before we get into the video, I actually have a little announcement for you guys, some exciting news that I've been working on. Me and my good friend Benji, we have been actually working on a podcast together recently. It is actually live on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at the moment. It is called the Beauty and the Beast podcast. In there, we're just talking about gossip that you guys want to know about, but also we're throwing in some hair tips, and Benji is a personal trainer and he has his own gym, so he knows what he's talking about, so he's giving you some fitness tips in there too. So if you haven't listened already, definitely go and check that out and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you guys would like to hear about in some episodes that will be coming up, and those episodes are dropped weekly too. So, how to cut your own fringe. This video for me has been so highly requested by you guys. I did make a TikTok video about this during lockdown, and I can tell you now, it was one of my most popular so far. I think it got to something ridiculous like 3.5 million, nearly 4 million now, which is absolutely insane. So I thought, let's extend it a bit longer and treat you guys to a longer version of that video and put it in a YouTube video for you. First of all, the type of fringe that we're going to be doing today is actually a vintage sweeping fringe. Now, I do have one of these myself. It is curled at the moment, so you can't really see it that well, but we'll wet it down in a minute and you guys will be able to see a little bit better. But I've had one of these fringes for probably about 2 years now, and I can honestly say it was the best decision for my hair. I feel like I have more of a style when I'm showing it off, just because I don't feel as naked around my face. If you are like me and unsure on throwing yourself into a full fringe or perhaps a shorter fringe to start with, this is always a really good start for anyone who hasn't had a fringe before, just to kind of get used to the feel of having something around your face and getting used to styling it every day. But the beauty of this as well is that you can actually tuck it behind your ears, nothing pops out, so if you are a gym goer or you like to do a lot of sport, this is also great for you. But it's got versatility. I don't know anyone that doesn't like theirs that I'd cut in for them, and to be honest, I can't really see me not having one, so this is here to stay. So we're not only are we going to cut, but we're also going to learn how to style this fringe today too. I know that obviously it's still a confusing time for a lot of you right now, and some people are still shielding or a bit apprehensive to get out the house and go to a salon. So if you are struggling with your fringe at home, you're finding it's really in your eyes, or you've had a hack at it already and it hasn't turned out quite how you imagined or quite how your stylist usually does it, don't fret. Today I'm going to give you some great tips in order to save your own fringe and be able to see again. Firstly, we are going to take some water spray and wet down our desired area for the fringe, because to do this wet is actually a lot better than to do it dry, just so you can manipulate the hair a bit easier. As soon as you guys are learning, it's a lot easier to handle than dry hair. So first of all, what we do is we take a comb and we're actually going to take a triangular section for this. So what we want to do is get rid of any hair that we don't want in the fringe, but just incorporate the hair that we do need. So can you see how we just want kind of like an even triangle on both sides? And what you want to do for this is actually take your parting as the center point, so you can see there how I've matched my parting up to the point of the triangle. So once we've got our triangular section, what we want to do is take the water spray, and close your eyes for this one, because this one you get in your eyes. You basically just want to wet the section down and then give it a little comb through. Perfect. So my fringe isn't too long at the moment, but what I just want it is a bit more defined. So I quite like it when I've got little bits around my face, so when I do tuck it around behind my ears, I actually have some bits that are popping out and just look a bit more softer. Remember, with cutting, you can always take more off, but you cannot stick it back on. Because today we're going for a more sweepy, angular sort of fringe, what we want to do is kind of cut it in a half moon shape. So if you imagine the shape of a half moon, it kind of curves off round. So what we actually want to do is just take a little bit from each side, again using the parting as our center point, and just chop into the hair to make a foundation to follow from. So then what I do is I actually take the right side of my hair and then follow where I've cut from my shortest point, and then I just want to take it on a 45-degree angle and just let it sweep down to create that vintagey kind of sweeping shape. And the cutting technique I'm actually using for this, because I want it a bit softer and a bit more feathered, I'm actually chipping into the hair. I'm not just cutting straight across, because then it would be too thick and too bulky and maybe have a bit more of a blunt look to it. So again, with the left side, exactly the same as the right, we're just chipping into it just to create that half moon angular shape. Perfect. So to check you're even on both sides, all you want to do is just follow from the longest point down and make sure they end at both level points of your face. And then exactly the same with the middle bit that you cut first, just to make sure that that's all level. And then even if you want to just double check, you can pull them all forwards and just double check. So I've found a few hairs there that I just missed. So all I'm going to do is chip into them just to make sure they're all gone. So now that you've got your base, what we want to do is actually dry it off and take a look before we do any more to the fringe, because when it's dry, it can sit a lot different to when it's wet. Remember that hair actually jumps up when it's dry purely because you've got more volume in it from when it is wet. So all I'm going to do is take some mousse. This is actually the Schwarzkopf Osis styling mousse. This is a spray mousse, so it doesn't mean that I'm going to get tacky hands at all. Now, if you've watched some videos before, you know that I use this mousse religiously, just because I can manipulate it onto the hair a little bit easier than I can, say if I had a mousse in a pump or anything, and I just find that it gives a really good hold that lasts me all day. From there, what you want to do is take your dryer and your styling brush. I'm using the GHD brush in a size 3, purely because this works great on my hair. It doesn't give me too much volume that it looks a bit bouffanty, but it's just nice and soft and natural, and it's not going to flop straight away as soon as I pull the brush out from the hair. I'm also using my GHD Helios dryer. I have done a video review of this dryer, so if you are looking for a new dryer, then definitely go and check that out. When we're blow drying, what I try to achieve when I'm blow drying my fringe is a nice full fringe with soft volume on it. Now to get this, sometimes people struggle with their fringe at the front of their face. Sometimes they go one way and not the other. To combat this, what we're gonna do is blow dry it forwards again, but then actually change it up and blow dry to the right, then blow dry to the left, then the right, then the left. And then from there, we do one more going forwards, leave the brush just for a few seconds to cool, and then pull it out and it should be in place. I'm really happy with the length of it and how it's come out so far. However, I just want to chip into the ends a little bit more just to make them slightly softer just towards the bottom here, so I don't feel like I'm getting a harsh line around my face. So all we have to do that is just take your piece of hair from the left and simply chop into it again with the scissors, and then you're achieving that soft feathered look that you can just kind of put your fingers through and it'd be ready to go. And then exactly the same on the right side. What I'm going to do just to finish off is actually take my thinning scissors and literally just comb through and just take some bulk out of the ends. So all I'm going to do to finish off is literally just check that we're even on all sides. So just have a feel again, exactly the same that we did when it was wet. And that to me is feeling really good. So you can bring your hair forwards with the rest of your fringe now, just to kind of see whether it's fitting in. And yeah, perfect. I'm really happy with that. All I'm going to do to finish off this style is take some Osis Dry Fix Spray and simply spray it in my fringe, just so I get a little bit of hold and it's sitting how I want to. It took me literally under 5 minutes to chop and style that. And you know what? I think it looks really good. I feel like I've got my fringe back and I feel like I've got more style in my hair too. So if you are wanting to cut your fringe, then definitely let me know how you've got on with this step-by-step tutorial. I would love to see your recreation. So if you do fancy sending me an image or letting me know how you got on, I will leave a link to my Instagram and feel free to DM me at any time and I will definitely love to check those out. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, and if you have not already, definitely subscribe. It means the world to me and it literally takes you 2 seconds to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love doing it for you and I'm so glad I finally got around to doing it too. I'll see you next week for a brand new video.